So hi everyone, my name is Alessandro Florencia and this is my article review for my sports management class with Professor Ron Lewis. So for this assignment I just had to select an article and and tell the implications of these articles for sports management. So the article I chose is called Manchester City Play Beautiful Football but it masks the ugliness of their owners. This article was written by Nick Cohen in The Guardian in 2021. And this article basically is questioning the origins of Manchester City's success after they win the Premier League in 2021. Okay, so why is this article relevant for sports management, and more specifically for soccer? This article is from 2021 and is questioning the origins of Manchester City's success because of its owners. Because the owners of Manchester City is the Sheikh Mansour, that is part of the royal family of the uh, United Arab Emirates. That is a country that is well known for not respecting the human rights and the labor rights of their people. So they have a lot of money and they invested in Manchester City, and that's why Manchester City have success now. But that's why these owners are questioned. As I told you, this is an article from 2021, but it's relevant now because Manchester City just won the treble in 2023. That's when the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the UEFA Champions League. And it's relevant because it's like a very big case of sports washing in football, like in soccer, and it's really relevant for the financial fair play of the FIFA and the UEFA, that are the two organizations that control soccer, and that's why it's very relevant. As I told you, the owner of Manchester City is Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, part of the royal family of United Arab Emirates. And it's stated in the article, the labor city in the Gulf states that isn't quite a slavery, but it's too close to it. And why is it relevant is because if we think about this, Manchester City is an historical club, like it was an historical club in England with more than 100 years of history. But up to 2009, when the club was bought by this sheikh, the club was not really a successful club. However, in the last 5 years, they have won four of the five last Premier Leagues. So why is this relevant? Is because is it win at all costs, right? Like, of course they play beautiful football, maybe the best football that we can see in England and that we have seen in England. But is it is it fair to win like this? Like invest in money that is not part of football, that is a money from a foreign country that doesn't respect human rights, and that is not money that is generated by the club, but it's just invested for other people. Like, is it fair to other clubs? And that's why this article is relevant. Some things that I was able to relate with the book and some concepts is the sports law. Like in the book, we learned that, of course, every sport and every association has, like every sport has their own association that controls and put rules to their sport. In the case of soccer, is FIFA and UEFA. In the case of Manchester City, also another concept, what the concept of risk management, and not only from the part of Manchester City that they have to deal with the risk that they are going to be discovered that they are breaking the financial fair play, because financial fair play is like you cannot spend more money than the one you generated as a club, but they are spending more money, especially in the when they in the first years of the new ownership, because they were just investing money from the country in the club to buy better players, buy a better coaching staff, pay more to their players, invest in a new stadium. So that's why they are breaking the financial fair play rules, and that's why risk management is important. Because what if they get caught? How are they going to deal with this risk? And also from the part of the authorities, what is FIFA going to do with and UEFA going to do? Is it fair to allow this team to compete in these conditions with other teams that are not breaking this financial fair play? What are the other things the other teams going to think? And that's why the concept, it is important to think about this. The other clubs and Manchester City, how did the other clubs feel because they are competing in disadvantage against this team. They are producing their own money, for example, from the tickets in the stadium, from selling T-shirts, from selling players. And Manchester City, especially in the first years, they're just receiving money from its owners, and they're winning because of this. Because the reality is that Manchester City was never a successful team until uh, the Sheikh bought the club. Another concept that I was able to relate with the book is the contract law. That is a contract between two parties. In this case, the financial fair play is a contract between Manchester City and all the other clubs with FIFA and UEFA. They cannot spend more money than the one they are winning with because of the club activities. So that's a concept I was able to relate. And also from the other side, putting skills to practice. That is another concept from the book. The sports director in Manchester City is one of the best sports director in the world. It's called Shiki Bergenstein. He's a Spanish sport director. He was very successful in Barcelona, another soccer club. So he really has knowledge, and his work is good. Like, we cannot underestimate that. The problem is that he's doing a great job with all the tools that he didn't earn those tools at the beginning, because Manchester City he didn't have these resources at the beginning of the of the of the year 2009, when that is when the club was bought. And also the final concept that I was able to relate, and it's not from chapter 5, but it's from chapter 5 and from chapter 6, and I think it relates very good to this case. Is the ethical dilemma. As I said before, is it fair to win at all costs? Is it fair to win with more resources than any of your competition? And from the other side, what about the fans? The fans love their club. What are they supposed to do? Like, not support the club because of its owners and the way they're winning? As I said, especially in the first year, where they're investing, when they were investing and investing and investing money that they were not generating. Like, this is a big ethical dilemma. And also, for example, what about UEFA? What about FIFA? What should they do? Like, just put this team aside, punish them, or what should they do? And the implications for sports management, if they get caught, nowadays they have more than 100 open cases with the justice, with like the Premier League justice in England, because of financial fair play. So what if they get found guilty? This can affect the manager, of course, Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers of all time, the players, the sports director, as I say, one of the best in the world. What they're gonna do? They're gonna go to fourth division in England. Are these top players, from like the best players in the world, gonna stay in the club in fourth division? This is something to take into consideration. Also, other cases like other similar cases like PSG. PSG, the owners of PSG is Qatar. PSG was not a successful club in the past either, but then Qatar bought the club in 2013, and now they have won the Ligue 1 in France 9 times in the last 11 years. Is that fair too? What is UEFA and FIFA gonna do? For example, now just like 1 week ago, Everton Football Club was punished by Premier League uh, uh, because of breaking financial fair play, and they receive a deduction in their points of 10 points. 10 points is a big deduction. It's the biggest deduction of points in the history of Premier League. So why not with Manchester City? And then the final thing, what about the competitions they already won? As I said, they have won 4 of the last Premier Leagues. Last year, like last season, they won the treble of a Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup. Are these competitions gonna be like retired from them? Are they gonna stay in their vitrine, in their, like, they're gonna still be recognized as the winners of these competitions because of the way they won it, like breaking the law in this case and competing in an advantage? So these are many implications for sports management that I think we need to consider. And finally, these were some references: the article from The Guardian, some articles in gold.com, and also the official site of UEFA, UEFA.com, in which I was able to read the financial fair play rules that these clubs have to fulfill. And that's it. Thank you so much.